It's the 910 Sports Podcast.
And here we go.
Where we interview the best athletes from all over the world.
Ready?
From junior high to professional, while discussing the latest in sports. With host Icon E, Mr. Personality, Jacob the Great, and Mr. Georgia, Everything Steve-O.
What's going on? It's your boy Icon E, and we're here on 910 Sports. You know, once again, I want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on here and to be able to, be able to have this platform to interview great people and talk about great topics. You know what I mean? So starting off, I got my man, Mr. Georgia everything, Georgia Tech. Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Braves,
you know what I'm saying?
Atlanta Art Institute, Atlanta Tech. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man.
What's going on, man? Good morning.
There you
go. I was about to say green. Oh man, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, man? Good morning. Good morning, like you said, man. Just want to always thank God for another opportunity, another day to be great. So that's it. Let's do it. Jacob, what's going on?
Yeah, they got my man. Hold on, let me introduce my man. You know what I mean? Mr. 2022 Pimp of the Year. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Nominated for award for the best podcast in history. You know what I'm saying? With the Chatterbox, you know what I'm saying? My brother, Ace Boone Coon, man, you know what I'm saying? Jacob the Great. What's going on, Pimp?
Man, what's happening? Good morning to everyone. Good morning. We here on this side of the dirt once again. Want to thank God for another opportunity to, spread this $1 million voice all over the land. So we here, and we welcome everybody that's tuned in, and we here, man. So let's get it started. Let's get it popping. Let's raise the roof.
Well, you go ahead and introduce this young lady, and then let's go.
Today, man, we have, student athlete superstar, Jaylah Barr. And she is alumni of Batesburg Leesville High School. She goes to North Carolina Central University. She's a collegiate athlete, shortstop, pitcher, softball. And, just wanted to bring her on to talk about her journey. I actually know her family, and, because Salute and Batesburg is so close together. So I know her family played ball against some of her relatives, OJ Barr, Josh Barr, Franco, and all of them. So I actually know her family. So, and I just wanted to bring her on to give her an opportunity to really give her backstory. So welcome. How are you doing, Ms. Barr?
I'm doing good.
Good. So tell me on how you got started in the sports career. Like, what age did you start playing sports?
I'm gonna go with probably around like 5. Started with like T-ball and just went from there. Like,
okay.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I mean, coming from the family you come from, so I'm pretty sure you didn't. So, from time went on. So, once you started learning the game and stuff like that. So, but you played other sports in school too, right? In high school. Once you got to high school.
Yes, sir.
And so, what else did you play in high school?
I played volleyball, basketball, and softball.
Okay, and so, did you excel at all three?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so, which was your favorite out of the three?
I'm gonna say softball and volleyball was kind of at a tie.
Really? Cause when you sent me your brief bio, and And I knew you played all three, but to hear you say softball was your favorite and your last name being Barr, that's kind of shocking. You know what I mean? Because y'all definitely some basketball players. You know what I mean? So that like running your bloodline. So but softball, I can see that because especially playing that shortstop position, you definitely got to be athletic to play that shortstop position because that thing coming, it's coming. So what are some of the awards that you received in high school as far as athletic awards?
MVP, All State, and All Region, pretty much.
Okay. And were you all staying in all three sports or just softball?
Volleyball and softball.
Volleyball and softball. Okay. So did you have offers on the table for volleyball as well?
Not really.
Okay, you just softball. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let my partners jump in and pass it along to Icon.
So so a question I have: you're a pitcher, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So I always was always wondering. I was curious about the way that y'all do pitch the ball in softball is very unique. It's very different from like a pitcher in baseball. How long does it learn? How long does it take to learn how to pitch, like with the kind of the wind up style, and how does that help your velocity, help your accuracy, the throw, the perfect pitcher, or whatever the most effective pitch? How does that help all that by just the wind up itself?
Honestly, pitching like that, they say is like the most safest way to do it because it's a natural motion. But I ain't gonna say it take you a long time. It just depends on how much you do it. So like they basically say you need to like pitch every day or just do something like spins every day or something like that just to keep it up. But if you don't like pitch every day or do spins every day, you probably not gonna progress as fast as you want to.
Yeah, that's curious to know because me looking at it from the eye, I thought it was actually more like I ain't gonna say dangerous, but more like more uh like worse on your arm because you winding up like that. It seemed like you would almost pull your arm out of socket because y'all do it so fast. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't. That's curious to know that you interesting to know that you said that actually the most normal way to pitch the ball. So that's first time I ever was able to ask that question from a softball player to understand how that goes. So basically, by the other sports that you played, how did that help you in softball? Is there anything that you can take from volleyball that you could actually use in softball uh, that kind of like coincide together?
I would say like the team part. Like softball can be like mistaken as being a lot like individual or whatever, but it's really a team sport. So like if the person beside you don't do their job, then your job probably gonna be thrown off or you're not gonna be able to win. So I would say like the team part, like volleyball, you can't really win without the team having some kind of chemistry. So I just felt like I had to take that over to softball. I feel like that helped us succeed a lot more.
Okay, now do you do both in college at Central?
No, I just do softball.
Okay. So basically at Central, when you went from high school to college, what was the biggest transition for you? What was the biggest adjustment?
I think it was probably the competition, I guess you would say. Like in college, in high school, you might run across people that's not like, as good as you would want your competition to be. But in
Mm-hmm.
college, I feel like everybody got some kind of good about them. Like they might not be as good as fielding as you, but they probably can hit as good as you. So I feel like it was like really transferring into locking in and actually like practicing every day, waking up early every day, just going all day and like being able to maintain.
Okay. So what's your favorite position, the shortstop or the pitcher?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. Okay. Steve, you got any questions?
Yeah, I do. Hey, Zayla, how you doing this morning?
Good.
Do you like sports all together, or you just like what you play?
Uh, I it's kind of weird probably because I play basketball, but I don't really watch basketball that much. Like I watch like towards the end, but not really. I watch any other sport though.
Who your favorite player in basketball, or players growing up? Like who was your biggest influence on your game? If you say you had to watch somebody and you wanted to be like them.
Uh, Probably LeBron James because my daddy always made me watch him, so I ain't really have a choice.
Good dad, good dad.
What's your what teams do you represent? You see, I got UGA sitting up there behind me, so you know I wear my teams on my sleeves. What are your favorite sports teams? Like, period, no specific sport.
Um, I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know we struggling right now, but I'm gonna go with them.
Okay.
I like USC girls basketball team.
South Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I like them. They ball and they coach back. They coach back.
Definitely. Oklahoma softball team.
Okay.
That's pretty much who I watch. That's pretty much it.
You shocked me on that one. I wasn't expecting. Oklahoma got a good team. They got a real good team. I think they was in the championship last year, the year before. But yeah, you shocked me with that one. Okay, Oklahoma. Is that like if you could get an offer from them, would you like immediately accept it, or you would still stay with Central? Yeah, you ain't gotta answer that. Yeah, don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Wow.
Oh, good. Hey, I appreciate you coming on this morning, though, for real. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, before you go again, Jacob, I want to piggyback off that question real quick. Not ask her that particular question, but what does she do? What do you feel about the transfer portal and the NIL? How have you seen it affect your the people around you or the sport since you've been in it? So, what is your opinion on it?
The With the NIL thing, I really think it affect more of like big schools. But since I've been at a HBCU, like it's like the small community things. I feel like the NIL people try to help us out a lot since it's a HBCU. You know, people don't really, I guess, would choose a HBCU first. So I feel like people help us out a lot more with like the NIL thing. And with the transfer portal, I probably wouldn't transfer just because I want to be at HBCU. Like this is just where I want to be. The culture, everything, even outside of sports, I just wouldn't want to go nowhere else.
Okay, it's good to know. Good to know. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hold on, Jay. Let me slide in real quick. One more thing. My fault. I forgot. I'm sorry. If you had somebody, Taylor, who was on the fence between choosing an HBCU or say they didn't get the offer that they wanted, so now they choose between an HBCU, a JUCO, or a lower level school that they really might not want to go to, what would you tell them to sell that HBCU experience? Because I'm an HBCU alum myself. Shout out to Auburn State. So, I just want to make sure we spotlight and highlight the HBCUs real quick. What would you tell somebody, Taylor, who's on the fence with choosing HBCU?
I would probably tell them, like, if you're looking for experience, that you got a support system around you, you feel like you with family all the time, and you just want to have a good college experience, I would come here because everybody here supports you, from the athletic system, the academics, just any club, organization. It's just all the family here.
I agree. That's the key word, family. When you talk about HBCU, you can't get that at every other university. You can't get that at that big school. You're not gonna have the ADs or the athletic, the band people coming to support you. Like she said, HBCUs is really a family. They all together. They all support each other. It's like we got type situation. So I agree. That's a great selling point for anybody on the fence with HBCU. My bad, Jay. Go ahead. I'm done. I promise.
So, Jay, man, I see that you're on some type of committee in school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, could you tell us about that committee?
So basically, we meet probably like every month or every twice a month, and we just talk about like things that student athletes need. So it could be with academics, it could be helping you with time management, studying time, or just like anything you feel like you need your sport. Like if the training room not doing something right, then you gonna just basically represent that for your team. We tell our athletic academic advisor, and she'll look into it. So basically, just things you need to feel like you can thrive or be safe around the campus.
Okay, so what's the name of that committee?
It's called SAC, so it's Student Advisory Committee.
Okay. So how did it come about of you joining and you being the vocal voice in that committee?
So basically, our athletic academic advisor will like pick people, or our coach like make a. She basically pick people she think will be a good representative for the team.
Okay. So for you, when it comes to the curriculum that you're studying, the major, what is that major for you?
It's sports medicine.
Sports medicine, and from getting your degree in sports medicine, and what are some things you want to do with that degree, and how do you see, yourself excelling that degree to the next level, after school?
So after school, I'm gonna go back to school and get my PT degree. So I want to be a physical therapist, and down the line, I might get my AT degree just to have some options.
So am I talking to a white coat? Huh?
Something like that.
That's what I'm talking about right there. You pretty prestigious when you wear that white coat. Everybody just can't wear that white coat. Yeah. So now, since you grew up in this sports house, what are your predictions for today? And who will be the winners of the day? Who will make the Super Bowl and who will win the Super Bowl?
I don't know. The 49ers keep getting lucky, so I think they might pull it out. It might be their year.
Say lucky.
I ain't heard that one all year. They get lucky. Wow. Oh man. Wow. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I'm
kind
of with it. We'll talk about it in a minute, but I'm kind of with it. That's part of the luck part. I ain't talking about the luck part, but I am up in the air about these games today. I really am. Yeah, but we'll talk about it in a minute. So basically, go ahead, Jake.
So you said the 49ers may get lucky today. So what do you think about Cincinnati and the Chiefs? But before you answer this, Joe Burrow, brother Joe Blow, Pimp Itis USA, Joe Blow, he has beat Patrick Mahomes, boy, as Shannon Shot like to call him. He done beat him 3 times in a row. So is he the kryptonite of the Chiefs, or will Mahomes overcome the kryptonite and put it back in it, put it in his rightful corner and throw the kryptonite away? But he's been that kryptonite for the Chiefs. So I mean, I told somebody yesterday, man, I don't know, man. Especially if Joe Blow come in that in that tiger stripe suit, like he did last year, and put that thing on Mahomes. So who do you think will win that game?
I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think Mahomes gonna pull it out.
Okay. Interesting. Especially with that ankle about 60%, and you're going against a healthy Joe Blow. That's interesting. That's an interesting theory.
I think it's time for him to just pull it out. He done let Joe Burrow take control too many times. It's time for him to just step up.
Okay. And so you would say that your prediction for the Super Bowl is as bad as it hurts me to say this, is so yuck mouth. The 49ers and the Chiefs. Is that your prediction?
I couldn't hear you. Say it again. What you said it was? Repeat that, Jay. I couldn't hear you.
Yuck mouth. So you said the 49ers and the Chiefs, and who will be the winner out of the Super Bowl?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. From Batesburg, Leesville alumni. HBC student athlete. North Carolina Central University. Jaylah Barr. So there you have it. She said that Patrick Mahomes boy is going to win the Super Bowl. So back to you, Icon. That's all I have. I mean, she said I ain't seen.
Okay. Well, I got one last question for you. As far as when it comes to community and being active in the community, is there anything that you have like a dream situation that you want to do? Especially once you finish college and on with your career. Is there anything community wise that you feel like has a need? We have a need for.
I would say like just keeping the young people in sports. Like I feel like it's just kind of going downhill from when I played. Like when I played, everybody was always at the field or practicing or something. I feel like it's just kind of going downhill. So I would say just keeping young kids in sports.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on this morning. I see you got a lot of
Hold on, one more question. Oh yeah, she do got a lot of supporters. Don't get it twisted.
I see. I think everybody.
You know what I mean?
That came on this morning. Yeah.
Shout out to the Barr family, man. For definitely keeping her in the right way.
Don't want to make none of them mad, boy. They're gonna come out. They're gonna come out deep on you, boy.
And they are very deep. Need to know it.
Like I said, this family will pull up on you.
Need to know it now. Jay, let me ask you a question. From knowing so much about both sports, volleyball and softball, and as well as basketball too, all three. Do you ever see yourself in coaching on high school, collegiate, pro, Pop Warner middle school? Like do you ever see yourself being a coach? And do you think that you would be a great coach?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it probably would depend on the sport. So I think I could probably coach softball or volleyball. I wouldn't say basketball, but I could probably coach one of the two, but I don't think that would be like a dream job for me. Like just seeing like all the stuff it take to coach, I just don't think that I would do it. Sometimes you're a good athlete, but the coaching thing just ain't for you.
Yeah, they always say the better athlete, the worse coach you are. Yeah, they always say that. So you ain't seen too many great coaches and great athletes, or whatever, like the ones that were like superstars and end up being great coaches. You very seldom see that.
Right. So Jay, I definitely want to thank you for coming on, man. And I thank you for reaching back out to me and giving us the opportunity to bring you on the show. And I just want to say, man, keep doing your thing, keep God first, keep soaring high, keep shining, and best is yet to come.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
No problem. Oh, where can they find you at real quick if anybody wanted to follow you?
On Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. It's my actual name, Jaylah Barr.
Okay. All right. Well, young lady, you have a blessed and wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Y'all too.
Thank you. And shout out to the Jones family too.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So that was a great interview. Yeah. So getting back to the sport. Well, me and what y'all want to talk about this last night first and foremost. That I don't know if you watched the game. I see where you called me too, but I had laid it down by that time. But that Laker game, that was horrible. That was terrible. That was.
Hey man, look man. I'm gonna say this, man. The NBA trash. Trash. Man, listen,
so many
man.
bad calls. That last one was non-call was real bad.
Man, what's the NBA commissioner name?
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver, you in that ball spot is trash.
It was bad officiating all over the league yesterday.
Man, listen. Steve, let me say this, man. They were so scared that the Lakers was gonna beat the Celtics, man. They wanted. They did everything, and they did it. They made sure that the Lakers didn't win. They made sure
30 missed calls in one game. You mean across in the NBA?
I don't know if it was across. If it was one game, that is crazy. But I feel like it was at least 30 missed calls across the NBA. I know the Hawks game ended with a few missed calls. They were complaining about the referees. I watched the Lakers game end like that. I think Luka them when they played, the Nets played earlier today, there was an officiating problem there too. So yeah, the league officiating itself like all the way around. It's just, it's down. It's bad. Like they're making bad calls at the bad time. They really affecting the games. You're right, yeah, man. But they're affecting the games now. I feel like you're really affecting the outcome of the game.
Yeah, because I mean, when you missing calls where it's so blatant, where it's like if you were a referee and you standing right here, there's no way you should have missed this call, and all you gotta be looking at is this one play. It's not like football where you're looking at different stuff. Basketball, you're looking at the play, you're looking at the player with the ball, and you missed that call and a couple other calls. It just didn't make any sense to me at all. You know what I mean? And then I'm with what was it, Jeff Van Gundy? Was it Jeff Van Gundy or Stan Van Gundy that was announcing the game when he said that's the whole point of replay, to get these type of calls right. So when you see something that blatant, when you know something that blatant, you should automatically review it. I don't care if it wasn't called or not. In that circumstance, this is the whole point of the whole review thing, the system, to be able to get these type of calls right, because we talking about no time left on the clock. LeBron would have went to the free throw line, would have got one free throw, they would have won the game, instead of Boston wins in overtime off that one play. Yeah.
It ain't happy it's done, Joe. I mean, but trash.
Yeah. But anyway, so like we said, talk about the games, the championship games for the day.
I just want to know that I just want to say this, Steve. You my boy, man. Much respect, much love for you, man. But Georgia can't be having them players that's almost 30 years old playing, man.
So you know Chris, hold up. How old was Chris Winkie?
I mean, I ain't Chris Winkie ain't play for Georgia though, so I don't got nothing to do with that.
Saying, okay. It's just Georgia when Georgia do it. It's a problem when they do it. It's all right when they do it. But it's a problem when we do it. I got you.
And you talking about something that happened 20 years ago, bro?
I'm just saying, nobody's ever complained about the age of the college quarterback.
Man, get out of here, man. That man, 25 years old.
Chris Winkie was 27 years old when he played for Florida State and they won it. Okay, go on, get out of here. I ain't got nothing else.
That man,
Chris Winkie.
That man 25.
Oh, he's talking about Stetson Bennett because he's 25.
That man 25 years old playing against people that's 17, 18 years old. Get out of here, boy.
I mean, but the sad part about it, he gonna get the NFL.
That man is seeing Stetson out there in college, man. Stop.
He gonna be Tyler Heineke.
Yeah, two-time champion too. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah. See, a senior citizen. Yeah, you're right.
2 times.
For sure, there's gonna be a lot of old players at this point because everybody got extra years and red shirt years. So it's gonna the next few years, you're gonna hear a lot about players being 23, 24. Just from players that's been around for so long, off of that whole extra year thing that they gave everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Because now, like you said, you can play for, I think you get 5 years off top. And then you got the extra year if you red shirt. So you can literally be in college for 6 years. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're going to see a lot of that, at least for the next next 2-3 years.
But you got to admit, Steve, on Icon, they did pretty crazy, man. You keep people in college for that long, man. That's crazy, man. Get out of here, bro.
I mean, as long as you got the eligibility, it don't bother me, man. No, because Stetson, look at him. He ain't even the best quarterback. It ain't like he out there dominating everybody. He's on the best team. But anybody could have won at Georgia playing quarterback last year. You could have played quarterback with that team and won.
I don't know, Steve. I ain't gonna say about that because I looked at the numbers he put up and I looked at the stats, man. Everybody can't put up no numbers. I ain't taking no away from him. I just know, that he pretty much older than the rest. You know what I mean? Because he did his thing, and that's something that you can see. That's something that's on paper. That's something that you can go and pull up each video clip for. So you can't take anything away from him because he definitely did the thing. And even you can see from last year to this year, he got a lot better.
And who's the player that just transferred that and got in trouble already? I was like, Lord, they ain't like that.
Ross Thomas, man. The good ass man. Listen, I don't know what it be.
What's his name?
Ra Thompson. Yeah, he's a wide receiver from Mississippi State.
Who named that boy?
I don't know if that's his real name, but he's kind of like Julio. You know, Julio is not Julio's first name. His real name is Quintorius, but they call him Julio. So I think it's something like that. I don't think his name is actually Ra. It might be Raheem.
I hope not.
Me either. But right now he's playing.
I went to school with a dude named Ra, and I don't think that was his full name, but I went to school with him.
Yeah, it was like Rahishama or Rahman or something. I went to school with somebody like that too.
Rahishama.
Something like that. Don't get me quoted.
You know how these college kids are coming in and they use nicknames off the top, JJ, and they be using little nicknames when they come into the game. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of players, college players, do that when they come in.
I still don't know Hollywood Brown's first name. I don't know his real name. Yeah, I thought
Marquise. His first name is Marquise.
Oh,
Marquise. Yeah.
Need to be trained.
Because even a player that died in the car accident, he probably if he would have survived and whatever, he probably would end up getting suspended because he had a lot of violations. Like it was kind of crazy. Like you get killed in a car accident and you violated all kind of rules.
Who?
The Georgia player that got killed in the car accident. That was like
the offensive lineman.
The one that died a couple of weeks ago. That died in the car accident.
He was an offensive lineman. I remember. I know what you're talking about. I didn't know he had anything like that going on though. I really didn't.
Yeah,
most
like,
time I'm in tune.
I guess he had something about the hours, or hours of renting a car. Or something. It was I don't know. It was some kind of whatever they talked about when they were saying. I guess when they did the report, he had some violations. Violations that would have been.
They be talking about stuff like the man then committed Class A felonies or something, man.
Like basically, he would have got suspended. I don't know how long the suspension would have been, but he definitely would have been suspended if he would have survived that car accident from what the stuff that was going on.
I don't put any light on. I hate put light on negativity, but I know it's coming out reports now that she wasn't supposed to be driving. She wasn't. It's a lot of stuff that they're putting out, but a lot of people in Atlanta kind of are pushing back against them reporting the news. I'm like, they're just doing their job. They're reporting facts. Y'all mad because of what it is that they're reporting about the situation, but it's facts. The girl wasn't supposed to be driving. She had been drinking too, but she was supposed to be the designated driver. How you drinking too? You're supposed to be the DD for the group.
Mm-hmm.
So now a lot of all this stuff is coming out and people are reporting it. And they going at the AJC, but the AJC just doing their job. Y'all can't be mad. They reporting this stuff and they doing their job. It is what it is. So that's what it is right now with Georgia football.
Man, get out of here, Steve. Like people get mad talking about reporting their job. You ain't what people need to be mad about is what went on in Memphis, Tennessee.
That was hard to watch.
That
was hard to watch. That was hard to watch.
I'm gonna tell you, but real quick, I know we on sports, but I'm gonna tell you what's the saddest part about all that. Saddest part is not, of course, the young man being killed the way he got killed, but the saddest part is that we about to lose 6 black men again. So it's like when Plies would say you got a 2-for-1 when you kill one black man, a black on black crime, and now you get 2 families, 2 black people. Men out of the loop, out of society, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like society get a 2-for-1. You know what I'm saying?
Man, there ain't no black men out there, man. They walk around with their face painted. To do what they did. Please, man.
But you gotta understand what I'm saying, Jacob. I'm not talking about. I understand what they did was dead wrong. What I'm saying is sad for us as a culture, as a race, because at the end of the day, first and foremost, these cops were locked up immediately and indicted. When it comes to when black men, I do all this stuff. But my thing is, when you talk about
I'm breaking up over there, boy. You sound bad.
Even when black crime, you got one black man who may be a street dude, a cat, a gangster, kill somebody else that's a regular cat. But you still, the sad part about it is, it's 2 men, black people off the streets. Now you got 6 black men, and it from a culture standpoint, it doesn't look good for us as people that we in a situation where our own people, and they supposed to be the people that's protecting us, and they killing us off. So it's one thing when the white man doing it, but when we doing it, it's just it's magnified 10 times even more. You know what I'm saying? And we set us back even further because now it would different. It would have been a one-on-one, like one black cop versus another black civilian. But it was 5 black cops, and they sitting here bragging about it, about killing this black man. You know what I'm saying? How bad that looked. That's the sad part about all this. The saddest part,
man. I come, man. We can go back we can go back 300-400 years, bro. It's the Willie Lynch, Jim Crow brainwash syndrome, bro. It's always been a narrative where we get a little higher position, or yes, a boss, or yes, a master, and we turn on our own people, man. So that one far-fetched, man. It's just unfortunate that it happened, man. You know, yeah. So there's a lot of people that walk around here with this badge or with this high authority, and I was always taught you treat the billionaire just like you treat the janitor, because they both somebody and they both started somewhere, and that janitor in the next 5 years might be a man that's worth $50-60 million.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you this too. The only way they're gonna really start to fix this or have some kind of a better this situation in these situations is the actual police system needs to be fixed, because I guarantee you any amount of money these 5 guys have had reports on them before. This ain't no first time incident. Most time when these cops finally get caught up in situations, they got a laundry list of times where they've been reported on from the community about harassment or something in the community. So this is not the first time. So if in these situations, they need to start doing more as far as when these policemen are getting reported, they whoever what they call it, the internal affairs, need to do a better job of coming in and firing these cops when these things before they even get this far. But they wait all the way till they get this far, and they want to do something about it.
Icon, you really want the police to police the police? That's what you want.
Or they might.
You really think it's gonna be fair? It does. You're gonna have to. You're never gonna get a fair review if the police are reviewing the police. You ain't gonna never get that fair. That ain't gonna happen.
They need to get the government involved. They need to get the Congress.
That's what the whole defunding the police was about. The people made it about something completely different. That's what the whole movement of defunding the police was supposed to be about. Having a new review process put in place, having a new way to, like you said, review the internal situations going on. Because if you got the police reviewing the police, hell, if three of us say, if they say, well, 910 Sports, y'all got to investigate Steve-O going out the other night. Well, what the hell I think y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna go back and report? Y'all gonna go back and say something that's gonna hurt us? No, it's never gonna happen that way. So until you get a real police reform where the police are not in charge of the police, and Steve, you gotta have some type of checks and balances in life, and they don't have no checks and balances on their side. They police themselves.
Right, and so when it comes to the police like that, man, you definitely got to have like mental evaluation, emotional evaluations. You gotta test for anxiety, schizophrenia, like all that, man. You know what I mean? Because most of the time, bro, a lot of those police officers are not mentally stable, man. And I ain't just talking about off the job, man. You know, it's a lot of times that they need help, man. Like for real, bro. And it might not be that situation that they in at that current time. It might be a whole nother situation where, something had happened, bro, and they just can't get over it. And they never got mentally help, man. But for these 5 clowns, these bozos, they them need to burn the jailhouse on top of their ass. Like for real, bro.
And I'm glad you said that, Jake, because I talked about this before on a live or something. And what people don't realize is it's 3 professions in life where they train you to kill: the military, the police, and doggone dang near football. Those three things they teach you to be violent in those three things. So when you ask somebody to be able to turn it on and turn it off and do this and be this way, it's like Jake was saying before. Us as men, we're trained to we've been brainwashed to be a certain way. Now you think if you take a black man that's already traumatized, most black people probably got PTSD from childhood and things they've seen in their own neighborhood. Then you train a man when he grow up to be a certain way. You don't know what some of these men been through, and I guarantee you, most police stations, CAT or whatever, they don't really do the due diligence they used to do years ago because they're so short-handed. I remember years ago when I was going to school for criminal justice, I wasn't even trying to be no police officer. Like everybody, oh, you trying to be a cop? No, it's several jobs just like anything else. So I was going to school. I remember it was it was some small town in Georgia, and they basically like, oh, they looking for help, and they was gonna let us surpass the academy and everything. All we had to do was fill out an application and then become and do an interview, and we're gonna be able to be cops. And I was like, like for real? I was like, I don't know, it must be some little Mayberry type town or something. But that's really truly how it's become. Like they don't have time to sit around and train these folks the right way and go through all these psych evals and stuff like that. So they pushing a lot of these people through that was getting bullied in high school, bullied in middle school, you know what I'm saying, traumatized at home, going through all this stuff. Then you put them on the streets with a gun and you expect great results. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff they don't tell you. So that's why I'm not saying in this particular situation, that's what happened with these men, but you just never know the full background to the story of, why they started acting the way they was acting and doing the stuff they was doing. And then if it was pacified by their lieutenant and their captain saying, oh, we're going to cover up for you every time you do something. Y'all ever seen, go watch the documentary or the show's like a mini series that came out on, I think, Stars or HBO about the five dirty cops. I think out in Baltimore area. They did a mini series.
What's the name of it?
I forgot the name. I'm gonna have to find it for y'all. But it's basically in the heart of Baltimore, and basically it happened maybe about 10 years ago. True story. All the cops is probably still in prison, or maybe they might be about to get out now. But all the cops, I mean, they was doing stuff from robbing other drug dealers to stealing money and all kind of stuff they was doing. It was like a 5-part mini series. But I'm gonna look up the name of the show because I watched the whole series when it came out. But things like that, man, and of course the captains and stuff like that covering for them, and they covering for each other, and the sergeants on the streets with them. They right there in the middle of it. So you do these type of things, man. That's why defunding the police. I'm glad you said that, Steve-O, because everybody thought it was. I ain't gonna lie. I even thought it was more about the money. I didn't know it was more about them saying that we need to get outside entities to be able to police these police. You know what I'm saying? And people don't look at it from that standpoint. You know what I mean? So that's why we definitely need a police on our platform to come and talk about this kind of stuff, so we can get a true understanding of what's really going on instead of us people getting upset because we try and defund the police because they think we just angry black people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's
I'm gonna have a former police officer to come on.
Okay.
She was a police officer for 13 years in Connecticut, and so me and her talked about all this what we're talking about now. So, but I'll definitely reach out to her. So, but anyway, man, let's get back.
That's the name of the name of the show icon. 75.
Nah, that's not the one. I heard that's not the one I'm talking about.
I've heard about that one though. I thought you were talking about that one, but that one is a good one too.
I haven't seen that one. I have to watch that one. This one is it's called what
is 75 on, Steve?
It's along the same things. I think it's teaching you about the police, telling you about.
But is it on Netflix? Is it on Hulu?
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, this one I'm talking about came on like HBO, but it was like matter of fact, the same guys who created The Wire is the same guys who created this show. So I have to look up the guys who created The Wire. So because the same guys, because you know how The Wire was focused on the drug dealing part and the police trying to catch them through the wiretaps. This was more based on the police themselves and
Oh no, this is Icon. This might be the one you're talking about. This is based out of New York.
No. This is based out of Baltimore. Because you know the Wire was based on the drug
and then they got another.
Back with,
I got you. The 7-5 though. So I'm looking at this right. It says it's the 7-5 is also known as the 7-5 Precinct. It's a 2014 documentary directed by Taylor Russell. The film looks at a police corruption in the 75th precinct of the New York Police Department in the 1980. I guess former officer Michael Dowd, police of 10 years, was arrested, leading to the largest police corruption scandal in New York history.
Oh, I heard about him. I think he did a interview with Vlad before.
This one looked pretty good. It looked pretty interesting. I'm gonna check it out. 7-5. Appreciate that, Shannon. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I definitely look at that one too. But yeah, the one I'm talking about, this one is based out of Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man.
But anyway, go ahead.
I'm ready to see these games, see what happens, man. But
gonna be interesting today.
Yeah, we're gonna see it be interesting today, and whoever lose, just know I'm trolling your team. You're gonna be just know. Because last week y'all would not let me rest. Y'all would not let me rest last week. Y'all would not let me rest. So your day, whoever lose today, oh man. Boy, look at here, boy.
I am Joe Blow, the lover man.
Who you is? Joe Blow, the lover man.
Hey. Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this. If to make these two picks, I'm gonna say like this. I feel like it's hard. I'm gonna go with Kansas City. Only why I'm going with Kansas City today because Cincinnati been doing a lot of yapping all week. They done call it Burrow. They done call it Burrow. What they call it? Burrow country. What's the name?
I ain't heard that they call it what now?
What's the name? What's the name of Kansas City Stadium? They call it instead of calling it Burrow, they call it Burrowhead. The players been calling it Burrowhead.
Listen, man. What has Kansas City proven to Cincinnati?
What? They ain't proved nothing to them, but I just feel like unless Mahomes out there gimpy and run around looking like Willis Reed on the football field.
Let me tell you something. If they let Mahomes play tonight, man.
Reed, bro.
If he all limpy, gimpy like Willis Reed out there.
If they let Mahomes play tonight, boy, you remember how they let RG3 play? All right.
No, it wasn't a knee though. It was just a high ankle sprain. He just got a high ankle sprain. It ain't like they're gonna shoot it up, but he ain't got nothing dislocated. RG3 had some structural damage. He just got a high ankle sprain. That's all. He ain't gonna be able to move like that though. I think they're gonna still lose.
Oh yeah. He man,
I just think they're gonna be motivated.
You know how high ankle sprain work. You'll shoot it up at the beginning of the game and you'll be all right. By the time that second quarter hit, or you come out for that second half, you're gonna feel it. So.
Okay, The name of that show was We Own the City. So everybody watching, the name of the show is We Own the City.
What is on? Stars? HBO? What's on?
Let me see. What's it on? I want to say it's Stars. I'm trying to see what it's on. We Own the City.
Oh, I see that. I think I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's like a 5-part, I think a 5-6 part miniseries.
Where is
that? So Joe,
it's on HBO.
Hey,
it's on HBO. It's on HBO.
HBO, yeah.
Hey man, but really, I couldn't. Wasn't nobody really talking trash, but the DBs. That's why I seen talking trash.
Eli Apple. Sorry.
Yeah. The same person.
He always talking.
The same person that Cooper Kupp killed last year.
Exactly. Eli Apple. He always talking, man. God, dog. Do you see him talking? Now he been going at Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. Now he been going at them boys since they beat them. He was like Cancun on 3 and then put
man,
up
Eli Apple ain't really proved nothing to me, man. Like he just happened to be on a team that's winning. That's all.
Yep. That's all it is.
That's all, man. He's trash. He absolutely trash. Capital T. Hot
Somebody
garbage.
said he was the Pat Bell of football.
Oh man.
Pat Bell of football. Golly.
Wow. That's what Sauce said.
That's what Sauce said. But didn't you two take it for Pat Bell when I told you that was the worst trade in history?
No, that was Crystal. I ain't never took up for Pat Bell.
I kind of took up for him at the time. At the time, I thought he was going to bring more to the table than what he has. I mean, last night was the first time I seen him play with Pat Bev all year.
I tell you, you ain't think that. You ain't think that, man. Get out of here, man.
Last night?
If you thought Pat Bell was going to bring something to the table, man, you delusional. That man's trash.
I did, because the thing about the Lakers was missing, especially since they got rid of like Caldwell Pope and some of them guys, was a little toughness, a little dog. But they didn't have no dogs on the team. You know what I'm saying? Who the dogs on the team?
The only thing tough about Pat Bell is his ugly face when you look at him. That's tough to look at.
I get it, but I'm just saying, Pat Bev, he the type, he'll make Pat Bev, just like last night. Pat Bev the type, he'll make that 1 or 2 play in a game that will turn the tide of the game sometime. He will do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to give him that credit. I'm not saying he's going to dominate a game, but he has made times in a game where he'll make that 1 or 2 steal or block or do something to turn the tide of a game in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? He has done that on a few occasions. That's what I was expecting.
Well, I'm just saying,
last night was the first time I seen it all year with the Lakers that he did it. You know what I'm saying?
When I look at Pat Bell, just know a joke coming. When I look at Pat Bell, I'm looking at Virgil on a heated night.
well, we got to get up out of here, man. So listen. So you got Cincinnati.
I'm going with the Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals.
I got Cincinnati.
Chiefs. So the Eagles and the 49ers. Who y'all?
Oh, this is so tough.
I got Eagles, man. I don't want to say it because I don't care who wins, but I'm gonna keep it NFC East.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Eagles on this one. I just feel like both of them kind of evenly matched. They kind of play the same way. Defenses are pretty good, and I just think Jalen Hurts is going to be the X factor. He's going to be the one that kind of be the reason why because him running the ball, I think is going to make a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to pass the ball to win, not the way like other teams.
And the Eagles defense is going to sack old boy today about 3-4 times. Watch.
Yeah. So yeah.
I
think he's gonna finally look like I ain't gonna say he'll look like the Mr. Irrelevant, but he's not gonna be able to hide behind that defense this weekend.
This is tough. This is tough for me because
I'm gonna say Eagles.
I feel like the Eagles are the better team, but I think the 49ers have the better coach. And I think they're better. I don't know about
that, man. I don't know about that. I mean, I hear y'all talk about Shanahan all the time, man. I hear it, bro. But for you to go to the NFC East Championship that many times and to a Super Bowl and never win, like it's like an Aaron Rodgers story. Aaron got there one time and can't get back.
Well, they getting back though. They ain't they ain't getting back. He's getting back. They're going to. They win today, bro. Nobody can put it like this. Did you expect San Francisco to be here after Trey Lance went down, after Jimmy G went down? Did you expect the 49ers to be in the NFC Championship?
No, I didn't.
The coaching out there is superior. I'm telling you, he's a better coach. He's a better play caller than the Eagles. And I love the Eagle coach. Eagle coach is top.
So
D'Amico Ryan. D'Amico Ryan's right.
I really better not hear you say this when the Eagles beat them. I don't want to hear nothing about he's the better coach, bro.
No, they win. I mean, there's nothing to say about that. But Shanahan's a better coach than Greg Schiano.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
D'Amico Ryan's on the staff.
Shanahan couldn't have took that team and put Philly where he at now. Shanahan couldn't have did that.
He took a worse team and got them again in the NFC Championship.
He did, man.
We got to go.
My bad. We out. Yeah. Give me 49ers. But I like the Eagles too. I don't care who wins.
We got 2 Eagles and 1 49ers, man. Y'all have a blessing. We out.
Next week. Peace.